Over here. Follow the light, honey.
Is that Glasgow?
426.
426.
Yeah, I called him. So well, tell him I called.
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I'm good now.
Slow.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
I was a little bit ago. I think I'm alright now.
Have you done this before?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh, that's good. You should be a pro, right?
I don't know about that. I'm better out there.
I hear ya.
It's alright. Rich,
Yes.
you might be the only one out here that covered the big fire. Which one? Were you the big fire downtown?
Huh?
You were sitting,
No, I was with Chris Runge at Hurricane Bonnie.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark Hughes was the only
Mark
one.
Hughes, okay.
He happened to be downtown getting a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
It was like somebody said, "Hey, you heard about that big fire?" And he's like, "What?" So he went down there and it was like, "Holy crap!" And there's like 8 crews from all the stations
Chief?
standing in a parking lot of a hotel talking about it.
Yeah.
We're at 27.
27. Okay. This Rachel?
It is.
Hey,
Ed, how are you?
Good. It's a good day. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Lauren, by the way.
Hey, Lauren.
Nice
Ed
to meet
McNeil,
you.
Marketing and Communications.
I'm talking about
What station there?
Fox 8.
Fox 8.
Yeah, so Daryl was talking to me earlier. And
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. You guys get the drone footage?
Um,
Send some drone
I
footage
think I
out?
can.
Okay. All right. Okay. You good? I didn't
Did you post it on social?
I did.
Yes.
Since we have some new folks, our speaker today is Battalion Chief Patrick Grubbs, Grubbs, 15-year veteran with Winston-Salem Fire Department. He is going to open with a brief statement, and then he'll take some questions from you. What's our time?
29.
And I can't
29.
see y'all, so you might have to.
We'll
Yeah.
holler at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So will you cue them for
Sure.
us? So you're just going to start off on your cue, okay?
Okay.
You see me?
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
That's Mr. 429 to do a mic check. Stand by.
There you go.
Good morning. I'm Battalion Chief Patrick Grubbs with the Winston-Salem Fire Department. This morning we have an active fire at 4440 North Cherry Street in Winston-Salem. Right now the fire is still active and there's still a potential for explosion. We're asking all the citizens to evacuate the area for a 1-mile radius around it. I brought a map with me to show. So in the middle is the red dot showing where the incident's located. The evacuation area is north toward Germantown Road, east toward Patterson Avenue, south toward Wake Forest, and west toward North Point Boulevard. Again, we're asking everyone to stay out of this area and evacuate the scene if you're inside the circle. Along with evacuation, as the sun rises, we realize there's going to be a lot of smoke, poor air quality. Please only call 911 in the event that you are experiencing an emergency. We understand it's going to be poor air quality, So try to stay away from any kind of strenuous activity, and I'll take questions from anyone.
Can you kind of go into detail about some of the evacuation efforts that you've been doing?
Yeah, so originally we fought the fire for 2 hours. It began affecting a rail car. Once the rail car was involved, it became an explosive hazard. And so once we evacuated the area, we pulled our crews out of the area. We called in emergency management, and they started helping us with evacuations. We have fire trucks going down every road on the PA system. We're going door to door in some places and hitting target communities, trying to get everyone out of the area.
And how often are you assessing the scene right now, and how are you doing that?
So right now we're assessing the scene on about every 15 to 20 minutes. We're using a drone team from Emergency Management, Greensboro Fire Department, as well as Louisville Fire Department has brought in drone teams, and we're flying drones regularly.
Repeat the question.
Can you talk about what specific hazards there are with the chemicals in that rail car that you mentioned, and how much of it is there?
So the chemicals that are in the rail car is ammonium nitrate.
And there is a truck that's in the middle of the facility spraying water everywhere, correct?
So we have a fire truck that's located on the back side of the building that it's still there, it's still flowing water. There's no firefighters there. It's there by itself, and we have another truck that's pumping water to it from a fire hydrant.
When you've been asking people to evacuate their homes, how many have you run into who have refused to leave or who don't plan on leaving?
I do not have the numbers for you on that exactly.
Have you just been mostly door knocking? Has that been the main?
That's correct. That, and as well as there's about 6,000 people that live in this 1 mile radius. So it's to do this in a matter of a few hours is more of a, we're trying to get the message out as fast as we can. We're relying on the news media to help us with that.
Any estimate or number right now about the number of people who are at that evacuation site currently at the education building?
No, ma'am, I do not have that at this time.
And how many crew members have you had around about helping out with this fight?
So we've had at least 90 firefighters and probably up to close to 150 personnel between the police department, emergency management, and other agencies.
Can you talk about what led to the decision to stop fighting the fire and pull back a mile?
So the decision to pull back from the fire scene was we fought the fire for 2 hours, and the fire extended into a rail car behind the structure. Once the rail car became involved, we were unable to get water to the location, and it has a large explosive hazard.
Have you been in consultation with the company, and what have they been saying or doing?
We have been in contact with the company. We don't have any comment from them.
And obviously this is, a pretty serious situation. You moved your crews back. Kind of talk to the seriousness of this.
So the seriousness is we want to make sure that right now we're evacuating everybody in this 1 mile radius. There is still a potential for explosion. We do not know the full extent of the time we'll be here. It will not be anytime soon that we'll be leaving.
There's been lots of comparisons made to the incident in Texas in 2013. Is there anything you can say about conditions there versus the conditions here, how similar, how different it might be, and how that affects what you do?
Sir, at this time I don't want to compare it to another incident.
Is there a chance that the evacuation radius could become larger at some point?
No, ma'am.
Have you been able to find out exactly what happened to start this whole thing?
No, it's still under investigation. Again, we can't get up close to the scene right now. And if we have any more pertinent questions, I'll take those, and then I'll try to get back to the command post. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.